I'm Yuri.
I'm Jacob.
And we are Overdrive. The newly updated Mark 8.5 Golf R.
With launch control. That's like quick but uneventful.
Didn't do any wheel hop or anything bad.
Nothing.
Horsepower and torque.
328 horsepower, 295 pound-feet of torque from a 2-liter turbo 4-cylinder.
All right, and since we were in launch control, no backfires, no pops.
Oh yeah, that's
Let's
right.
slow my butt down and give it a little
Downshift. There we go.
Let's
Okay.
listen to it.
From the outside. So you can't rev it all the way out. We have dual clutch only. There is no more manual transmission for the Golf R
Well, in neutral.
while rolling. Yeah, so sad piece of news. Hopefully they bring that back. They probably won't.
Was that exhaust worth the extra money?
Okay, you want to get into that?
Sure.
So, this is the black edition. It's all new. You can only get the optional Akrapovic exhaust on the black edition, which is, again, all new, which in my opinion is a total miss. It should be available on the base model because the black edition is available in 3 colors and each one gets you a black roof. Now the base is also available in 3 colors, but you get the same color roof. So it's a $3,000 option on top of the already more expensive black edition. And in my opinion, the black edition doesn't actually give you that much.
And you get stuck with black wheels.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is the worst part of cars these days.
That is 100% why I hate the black edition, because you're forced into these black wheels, which by the way, are forged. They look really cool. They're 19s, but you can't see them in black. On the regular base, they look amazing.
They legitimately do not register with my eyes.
Yeah, like on the base model, these wheels are incredible. So, Volkswagen, you were so close.
And what would be the Continental recommended tire for a new Mark 8.5 Golf R?
That would be the Extreme Contact Sport 02.
Heck yeah. So then continuing with the looks, the front end has been updated.
Yes.
Do you like it? I think it looks great, especially with this no front license plate. We got those little like white hooks that come around and there's a little more disconnection, and I think it actually looks really nice.
I also agree. I think it looks quite nice. The headlight update is pretty good. I didn't mind the previous one. I think this looks a little bit more aggressive.
I don't like how it looks like little eyeballs with a eyebrow. You know what I mean? It looks
I
like,
like that.
it looks like a kid drawing eyeballs.
I like that.
So to me, but it looks a lot like the CLA concept headlights to me.
Okay, I don't see that, but sure, whatever. And I guess coming from that CLA as well, we have a light up badge on here from the factory.
Yes.
The
and
Volkswagen badge literally lights up.
but it's subtle, and then like there's a line that goes across. It's also subtle. It doesn't fully ever match how bright the DRLs are.
That's right.
But overall, you know, it's not too cheese.
No, it's the right level of factory cheese.
Okay, popping the hood. Do we have a dipstick?
I don't know, Yuri, do we?
I could not see one.
I imagine we don't.
It does not pass the dipstick test. And what would be the TotalEnergies recommended oil for the new Mark 8.5 Golf R?
That would be the TotalEnergies Quartz Ineo Long Life 0W30.
Always follow your manufacturer's recommended guidelines. So then from the side, still looks the same pretty much. That wing looks the same to me pretty much.
Yeah, they couldn't change too much in a refresh.
I wouldn't want it. I like from the top though how it kind of looks like it curves around with the black roof part.
Okay, the one thing that I hate about the side is the R badge on the door.
That bothers you?
It just looks like it's so tacked on. Like it should be on the fender, but I see why they didn't put it because the fender's so far forward.
It's a small logo. It's simplistic design. It is all right to have a simple design instead of like a big chrome thing on like a circle or whatever, right?
The answer and solution is nothing. Don't put a badge.
You gotta have a badge on a Golf R.
Then put it on the fender.
I don't think that's as big of a deal as you're making it out to be. What I have noticed that is nice, when I walk up to the car automatically unlocks.
Yep.
And I can go right to the back door instead of having to click the front and go to the back.
That's nice.
Even though there isn't like a click to lock on the back door.
Right.
So that was really good. And then to the very back, I do like the look of the Akrapovic exhaust.
I love the look
Or
of it.
Akrapovic, whatever you want to say it.
It's one of those.
The little holes in there, that's cool. I mean, it's definitely not as loud as it should be.
No, like if I didn't know this had that, I would think this is the factory exhaust. That's why I'm like also disappointed with this exhaust for the amount that it costs.
Yeah, that mixed with the diffuser too.
Yeah.
Looks really good. Taillights, I think, look exactly the same to me, unless there's a difference that my eyes cannot tell.
Pretty sure there is a difference, but I also don't remember.
Black badge.
Yeah.
That's cool. Use that to flip it up.
Oh, and on the door on the pillar over here, it says
edition.
black. Just black.
Well, whatever. And then, yeah, I mean, like, they didn't ruin the looks.
No.
It does suck. I'm going to say it every single Golf R review for the rest of my life that they don't have the cool colors. Shout out that Spectrum page with the Golf Rs. I showed him a picture of a yellow one on the way to my dropping my kid off at school, yellow Golf R. He's like, I don't have that in my system yet. I need to do some digging.
Yeah, I'm also disappointed with like black, white, and blue. That's it.
Yeah.
Like the blue is obviously great, but
is it great?
I think so.
Or is it just good enough?
No, it's great, but they just need more.
So now, before you drive, I'm going to go to my mode custom, and you will see that I am in, holy crap, this is a lot, interior engine sound race.
Oh, it's nice that you brought your TV along for us.
Listen. Now, if I go to interior sound eco,
Okay, interesting.
unoffensive either way, but I feel like I can't hear like anything out the back while I'm driving, even with the interior off.
Like I heard a little bit of turbo spool and then air coming out of the exhaust.
I liked that orange one and the green one we had where it was like a rumble through the windshield. That was pretty sick.
Yeah, that was
I mean, like Volkswagen was amazing in the sound actor days.
Yes. But one thing that I have to heavily compliment Volkswagen on, because I think this is the first time I've ever seen it, exterior engine sound and interior engine sound.
It's nice that it's separate.
We always complain about that in BMWs and things like that. Like, turn off the pumped-in audio from inside, but leave the flaps open on the outside, because it's always tied to one button.
So okay, here I'll get.
No, I want to make a big deal of that, because that's huge.
But do I get backfires? Yes. Okay. But was that an interior backfire or an exterior backfire?
Okay, so that was in race. Go to eco.
Okay, so yeah, for realsies.
Literally perfect. Thank you, Volkswagen. This is the ultimate solution. Every other manufacturer copy this.
And this is part of the update, is this big screen that is legitimately tacked on where the old screen went.
Okay, maybe don't copy the screen part. Now, I do apparently recall complaining about the size of the screen in the previous one you said.
You were complaining that it was hard to hit the buttons in Apple CarPlay.
What I wished for the screen size to be was smaller than what we got here, but it works. It's not laggy. I actually enjoy using this.
It's just funny when you have your map up in Apple CarPlay and you have Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, wired and wireless. It's so big, you're like, this doesn't need to be this big. It's like, it's in a car, you're like, this is kind of funny.
Yeah, it is funny, but it works. Like, they did fix the infotainment.
Yeah. And if you'll notice, my child seat is in the middle because my child likes to look straight through and see the picture of what's playing on Spotify. And the sound system, the Harman Kardon, no complaints.
And the picture is about this big.
It's such high resolution. And then no volume knob.
Right.
No tuning knob. The volume slider, but it's not like a left, like you need to slide like 3 times to get the full volume.
Do you need a flashlight at night, Yuri?
It is illuminated.
Oh, wow.
Which is something we complained about early on and they fixed.
Yeah.
You also have your volume control sliders on these gloss buttons. You know, the GTI got rid of this and gave it hard buttons with like... Yeah.
So the hard buttons still need to be solved on the steering wheel.
And I have like, hit like the heated steering wheel or my mode a couple times like with my palms while driving.
Yep.
And then to mute it, the mute button is this button here on the left. This
the power button.
Power button. Not this power button, that's your climate power.
That's right.
But if you want to turn off your screen, hold this power button. And if you can't get to any modes, you need to click this power button. It won't automatically turn on if you start touching the screen.
Ask us how we know.
We got a little bit mad. Figured that out.
Took us a while to figure that one out, but we got it.
And there are a couple other fun things about this infotainment that I want you to experience behind the wheel.
Sounds good. Special mode, aka Nürburgring mode, launch control. Yeah, that's a really solid launch.
I wish the DSG caught earlier. It rides the clutch for a little too long.
It does do that, yeah.
It's like,
so like when Porsches do that, you still get like more noise, and it's like bam, bam, bam. This
yeah.
thing doesn't do that. It's like a gradual slip.
Just dump it, bro.
Yeah,
Just
but it's like
dump it.
really solid launch.
The fact that you're allowed to dump it and like that doesn't matter how high, or the fact that you can do launch control and it doesn't matter if you're like miled up to like 1,000 kilometers is pretty nice.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, press cars, that's what they're for, right?
Can I show you my silly, funny thing that I discovered about this car?
Absolutely, Yuri.
You are on your assistant settings right now, right?
Yes.
Scroll up and down and just move through a bunch of stuff and do a bunch of clicks a lot, like fast. Like you're scrolling through, turn things on, turn things off. See that?
Yeah.
For your safety, some interactions are limited while driving.
I mean, that was a lot of clicks.
Where is the camera watching you for that?
It's not, because I'm clicking.
If you click too many times in a row,
Yeah.
it shuts you down.
Yeah. Okay.
Programmed by Volkswagen because of like North America.
Yeah.
Isn't that funny? Like
It's
too many button clicks. Like I was genuinely trying to find something, not like putting on a show.
I think you had that in Porsche as well.
I just didn't realize that it was like, oh, if you click too many buttons in a certain time, like what is there going to be like, for 10 credits, unlock more button clicks per thing instead of unlocking like extra speed limits. It unlocks extra clicks.
So now let's talk about how this thing actually drives. I'm going to downshift with my 7-speed dual clutch and use these fairly decently sized paddles. Very responsive, but the shifts are so smooth that it almost makes me not want to use the paddles.
Yeah.
I want like a little bit more aggression.
The car's like too chilled out now.
Yeah.
It's too clip perfected, I guess.
Yeah, so like I almost want to just leave this in auto more of the time.
It is a daily driver that I think people are accidentally buying a sports car.
Yeah, pretty much. But it still rips. Like we have a little bit of extra horsepower. I believe it's the same torque as the outgoing one. It's still the EA888 Evo 4, I believe, variant of this Golf R engine. But let's downshift into cliche corner and see. Yeah, so there's a little bit of understeer. As expected from all-wheel drive, kind of feels like front-wheel drive-ish for motion, but it does rip through cliche. Like
It feels really good.
yeah, it is not slow. Yeah, it wants to rotate a little bit. You can feel it. We do also have a drift mode, which apparently will send up to 100% of the available torque to the outside rear wheel to initiate the drift, and then kind of vary it from there.
And you can do drift mode in ESC Sport or ESC all the way off.
Yep.
I think we did it in ESC all the way off when we did donuts like 4 years ago. It'd be fun for that in winter
cool.
and stuff. Not, don't expect to be like
an actual drift anything.
Yeah.
But it's cool that it has that mode. They're still having some fun. That's nice. Nürburgring mode is great. Suspension through cliche corner was also really good.
Which suspension of the 15 variable suspensions were you in?
Whatever Nürburgring mode defaulted to, because Nürburgring is cliche corner. It's just 3 turns from it.
I found even in like race mode, it's still pretty livable. In the softest, it's very livable, and especially like bouncing into these comfortable cloth seats with the plaid or whatever. Very, very nice seating position, comfort, and everything.
It is insane how many modes of suspension that we have. So, I mean, thank you. If you own this car, you'll find your mode, and then you can set that to your individual preset, so that's cool. And then we do have a bunch more drive modes as well. We actually have a button, it's a capacitive button to press to get to those modes at least. So, and then the gauge cluster is also really cool because there's so many different modes that, in my opinion, all the modes are really nice.
I like the one with the tack in the center.
That's also my favorite one.
You can make the sides on the left nothing, and then you can have your speedo in the middle, or you can have your gear in the middle, and when you throw your gear in the middle, it throws your speed to the bottom right, or if you have your speed in the middle, it throws your gear to the bottom left.
Yep.
You can also have a head-up display, which I turned off. I felt like it was too high up always.
Oh, head-up display, I think that's new, right? Pretty sure?
Don't
Maybe not?
really know. But you can, go to your favorites here and have it turned back on if you'd like. Let's see, car, HUD.
Oh yeah, hey, look at that. Inoffensive, small.
Yeah, and your favorites, you can get a lot of stuff access through. It's a little bit of a learning curve. Like, it's definitely not natural, any of it. Like, your climate control is through the infotainment, not hard buttons. And
yeah, but it is better. It is an improvement. It's not the best, and the CEO is on record saying that he's going to add buttons again after people like us have complained, and we were right all along.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to these buttons on the steering wheel also being normal buttons.
Yeah, like the GTI.
Ooh, it's not much.
Oh, that means you can put it in reverse, and we can talk about. We only have a reverse camera, and then we have a button so you can go full 180-degree wide mode as well, which is nice. I feel like they should have a 360 camera, and it should be higher quality. Just
and also, a turning radius improvement would have been nice, because that was like pretty small there.
You're supposed to do a handbrake drift turn. And the handbrake is a little parking electronic brake, and the start-stop button is a square. throws me off every time a little bit.
Yeah. Well, they did all that because they knew they were getting rid of the manual anyways.
And then you have the parking assist stuff, and then you also do have adaptive cruise, lane centering. Works all right, but I noticed you really got to like put some weight on your hand or it'll bug you for it.
Yeah. And just send it again. Oh yeah, that's nice.
The shift lights.
And it bogged because I have traction fully off in Nürburgring mode, which as we found is the only mode that will let you bog, which is nice that there is a mode to do that because all the other ones will automatically upshift.
The seeing your boost, seeing the shift light and everything.
Yep.
Very good graphic design there, team.
Yeah. Oh, and now that I'm looking at this carbon fiber shining from the sun, I'm going to say that's 100% real carbon fiber. Because in the last one, I think it said carbon fiber. This is real carbon, I'm going to say.
Nah, we don't. We can only get so many answers per car review.
Yes.
Sunroof.
Oh yeah, small.
I don't know if USA gets this. You know, USA specs are always different. Canada's always trying to be different and creative.
We have heated seats. We have a heated steering wheel, no cooled.
And then visors.
Let's
Man, we haven't ripped them off in a while. You want to go extra hard?
Let's see.
3, 2, 1. I gave it some.
I didn't. I went normal and nothing.
I went a little extra and it stuck on there. And then our
so they passed.
We had 2 cup holders and this one comes out cool.
Oh yeah. Okay.
It grips really well with this double thing to add to the wraparound.
Yep.
Armrest.
Ratcheting. That's nice.
Traditional good Golf armrest.
Gloss black
Which
everywhere.
we don't
here.
get a Golf. We only get a
it's
GTI and a Golf R.
Yeah, gloss black down here sucks, but
yeah,
whatever.
I did hit it with my sanitary wipes because we're both feeling slightly under the weather, and now it looks disgusting.
The key fob is also all gloss black.
And it fits nicely right here.
Yeah.
For when you're using this on press trips.
That's right. Rear seat room, not the greatest for myself, but I've got headroom.
Great for Yuri, a 5'8", and then trunk space is just enough.
Appropriate. It's not a hybrid. You don't lose anything for a massive battery.
Yeah, I mean, like, do you think they did a good job with all their changes? And by all their changes, I mean a bigger screen. Like, the screen's a little too big.
It's a little too big, but it's functional, and it's not in my way. I wish it was a little bit smaller, but I think they addressed the majority of my complaints, so I do think that this is a better vehicle overall now, except the Black Edition stuff with the Akrapovic exhaust.
I'm happy with the looks changes.
Yeah.
I wish hard button climate, I wish more normal hard buttons, and I wish a manual.
Apparently, that is possibly coming because the CEO said that, not the manual part.
Yeah, so like there's a couple little things, and like a tuning knob would be nice, a volume knob.
The good thing is, if you go to tsp.truecar.com for discounted price offers, the Mark 7.5, in our idea, probably the perfect Golf R, is still available.
But, I don't believe America got the colors.
Right. I think
that was a Canada.
No, I think they did, but it was very limited.
Yeah, not yeah. So you know, tsp.truecar.com just for our American subscribers.
That's right.
I guess, and if you're not subscribed.
Well, Yuri, did they increase the price on this thing?
Of course.
Of course they
It's
did.
the world.
Yes,
Let's get to the price.
So this Golf R base model, not the one that we're driving, it starts at $50,995
Canadian.
And this Black Edition with the Akrapovic exhaust, $57,095.
Okay, save the Krakovic exhaust.
Yes.
Save the Black Edition. What are we at? Like
$59,995. That's pretty good. That's what I'm saying.
Do not get the Black Edition. Do not get the exhaust.
Get an aftermarket exhaust.
Don't even get the aftermarket exhaust because
save yourself money.
You bought a DSG, not a manual, so you obviously don't care.
No. The DSG does rip if you just leave it in auto because it's more fun to do that.
Have you noticed that it's got a little bit of like weird DSG creep sometimes? Like
a little bit, yeah.
And then the brake pedal feels a little like weird boostedness when you're coming to a complete stop.
It's on the more aggressive side, but it's not unnatural.
So overall, pretty decent job.
Yeah, good job Volkswagen. I'm pretty happy with this.
Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing.
See you guys at the next Volkswagen Golf R video.
Would you take this or an ID Buzz?
Oh,
ID
man.
Buzz.
Great question, Yuri. This 100%.
Even though that's twice as much as this, pretty much.
Well, that's exactly why. That's why I would take this.
No, I mean for free.
Yeah, that would be worthless, and this will be worth more in 5 years.
I think ID Buzz is going to hold value.
No, it's not. It's a freaking battery electric vehicle. Those do not hold any value.
In 5 years, I think an ID Buzz will still be worth more than a 5-year-old this.
A 5-year-old this. I'm gonna,
2029,
I'm saying no.
2025, 2030.
Come back to this video, leave a comment.
2030.
In 5 years, set an alarm on your phone. Let us know which one is worth more, the ID Buzz or the Golf R. 5 years.
ID Buzz only needs to lose like half its money.
Yeah, that happens in the first year, buddy.